Good morning, everybody. This is Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, licensed real estate broker in the states of Connecticut and New York. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today is Friday, September 28, 2018. It is a not cold, but autumn day. It is rainy, though, like crazy. Not as bad as it was the day before, so hopefully we won't have any floods anywhere in the bi-state area, New York and Connecticut. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome to Real Talk. This is where we talk about real estate issues. Various topics, various sorts, anything pertaining to real estate, hopefully to make you both a better consumer and a better investor, maybe. If you have any questions, you always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That is dbond011@gmail.com. Or you can always give me a call, 203-394-8123, 203-394-8123. Welcome to Real Talk today. All right, today I want to discuss a subject because I haven't seen it too. I've seen it spoken about, but not too much. And this is entitled. I'm going to title this Black economic empowerment through real estate. Because I felt that's something that myself as a black person, because you watch me not be black, but for the wider audience who may be black, I'll just say we. So obviously, if you're not black, it doesn't pertain to you. But, please, you're included in the discussion as well. But in any case, though, now that I went off on that little tangent, I figured this is something that needs to be said because I've been seeing a lot of things as a black man in America. I witnessed things that happen, that's been going on, and we do live in a system of white supremacy, and I think one of the better ways to handle that is through Black economic empowerment and development as well. And so that's what I'll be speaking on today. Now, it is not to, poo-poo on the brothers and sisters who are trying to gain black empowerment through other ways. Politics is one way. I know you have a lot of activists out there, brothers and sisters in the community. Shout out to you, of course. You do good work, and I know your heart's in the right place. Shout out to our brothers and sisters who believe education is the way to go. Shout out to them. I know a lot of people that do that does a lot of great things in terms of encouraging, enrollments and graduations from our historically black colleges and universities. Shout out to you as well. Shout out to everybody, through that. But my thing is, and shout out to the people who believe that investing is a way to go as well. Shout out to you as well. All due respect to you. What I'm going to talk about is a specific aspect in investing and economics, and that, of course, is through real estate. Now, here's the thing, right? And this is basically targeted to both those people, a wide range of people, both those people who are trying to obtain property, which is good, we'll talk about you, and those of you who already have property. And also, too, we have the so-called black middle class. This applies to you as well. In fact, I may break this up into several parts because it's such a topic, and I'm trying to get all my thoughts together. I know I wanted to say this morning when I woke up, I said, okay, I need to do a posting on this over here. But once again, when you start speaking, it's something else happened. So first of all, Black economic empowerment. What is Black economic empowerment? Black economic empowerment is doing for oneself, we as a black community, taking care of our own, doing what we got to do, and working with one another, trading one another, all those good things. So that way we could build a sustainable community. All right, that's part one. And part two, of course, is building that generational wealth to pass on to our offspring. Offspring. This is what other communities do when they have a business or something. What they do is they pass it down, and they pass it down, so it stays in the family. That's something that we have lacked. Now, we've been graduating, black people have been graduating college more than we did before, which is good. But yet many of us still have a problem finding jobs, even with graduate degrees, for all sorts of various reasons. Number two, we do have blacks who are owning homes, but I don't have the stats in front of me, but how far is this different from the civil rights era? We have blacks who are more politicians than ever. We have between 15 and 20,000 black publicly elected officials, across the country in various capacities, serving in some various form of capacity. I think the number is actually 10,000, but yet we still see what goes on in terms of our brothers and sisters being disrespected, in terms of black men and women being shot who are unarmed, nobody's being charged with, these crimes or anything like this, shooting unarmed black people. We know that there's been a trend of black folks having the police calling them at certain establishments and everything. So, my solution may not be the end all there is to it, but I think it's certainly a step in the right direction. So let's talk about the first time home buyer. All right, if you're black, you're getting your house for the first time. That's good for you. Stop throwing your money away on rent. Right, renting does serve a purpose. Don't get me wrong. There's specific instances when renting is fine and what have you. I get it. All right, but if you certainly want to leave a legacy for your children, or not a legacy, maybe too strong a word, but something you can do, you certainly want to have property, because when you go, right, your children or your child can actually sell this property or rent it out for themselves. So this is something that stays in the family. This is what other communities do. Other communities do it, right? They have something that their grandmothers left, all right? Their great-grandfathers left for them, that their fathers and mothers left for them, all right? Their uncles, aunts who left for them, all right? So that's the first thing. So if you're in a position, now I went over everything you need to do in terms of, down payment. Look at my other videos I did. Getting your credit score together, getting your financials together, all right? So those are for those individuals who, are thinking about buying a piece of property. Now, for my black middle class who already have a property, right? Good for you. I know you take care of it. Your property tax, your property, owners, your taxpayers, paying that property. That's good. Now, I'm asking you to elevate it a little bit there, if you will. And once again, it's important. So you have a home, that's very good, right? But why not have another home, right? Something you rent out. Why not have another home? Then you can all do these things. You can have a portfolio of properties. Because let me tell you something, you don't even have to be middle class to do it necessarily. There are brothers and sisters I know who are in the program, they're custodians, they're paraprofessionals, right? They hustle though, they work and they hustle. And what they've done over the years, of course, it's not going to happen overnight, but over the years, they acquired a small portfolio of properties. Even non-black folks, okay? You look at your custodians. Don't laugh at the custodian, in the building, if he or she is ethnic white, somebody from Eastern Europe or Hispanic or not, right? Don't sleep on them, because chances are, and I know people like this, they're landlords, okay? They got a couple of properties to go around, so don't sleep on them. And how do they do this? Easy. Some of them, they just living below your means. That's right. Now, I'm not to bling bling or anything like this. And this is not to lecture anybody, by the way. My focus is on black economic empowerment, and just how to go about doing that. So this is something that you should take in consideration. And let's say you're not in a position right now, but you want to have that, right? Sit down, go over your bills, see what you can eliminate and what have you. If you have to take out another job, go ahead. There's been a couple of times in my life where I had to take out another job, all right, in order to achieve what I wanted to get. When I bought my first house, right, my very first property, my property to live in, I actually worked. I worked for a retail company in addition to my regular day job. This is before I became a real estate agent or anything like this, right? And yes, I was a professional, quote unquote. But I took another job and I worked them hours, and that money I got from that job was used towards a down payment for my house. So you could do. So these are some things that you have to do. Don't get another job and say, okay, good, I got more spending money. No, that job is to handle them bills. So if your goal is to save something, save that money. If your goal is to pay down some debts, use that money to pay down some debts. I know it's not easy, but it can be done. It's called resilience, and we are resilient people. So like I was saying before, you don't have to have a lot of money to acquire these properties. The key thing is having good credit and some money, and you can save this money or whatever you need to do. For the people who already have homes, like I said before, there's no reason why you can't own a couple. Of these properties. This is how you pass down stuff, a portfolio. I remember one time I was meeting. I actually had to go to Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, and I had to pick up some stuff. And there was this brother, this black gentleman, and he had a piece of property right there in Bed-Stuy, which is currently gentrifying, and it's something that his father-in-law left down to his wife, and he takes care of. He's the property manager, what have you, and he handles the business. And this is ideal, because we could close that wealth gap we have in the black community in the generation. If everybody's getting on code and board, we certainly can do that. We can certainly take care of that within a generation or so. So Right now, I'm just talking about residential property. I'm going to do a next one on commercial property because, like I said, there's a lot of information, but this is just my introduction of what we can do to achieve these things. It's possible. And I also, just look at my other videos, I discuss ways in, how to acquire bank-owned properties and so forth and so on. So these are some things that we certainly want to be aware of. Black economic development through real estate is something that we all can do. There are a network of black real estate agents who can help you out there. Myself included in this area, in the New York, Connecticut area. So certainly, if you're interested, there's something you can do. If you're not going to do it for yourself, then certainly do it for your children. Do it for your grandchildren. Because this is how it's maintained. If there's a lot of derelict properties in your neighborhood, that's what I also want to speak on. If there's derelict properties in your neighborhood, get together, you and preferably family members, but even non-family members, right? As a community, as people, we need to learn to trust each other. Come together and say, hey, listen, we're going to buy this property, okay? How much can you put down? How much can you put down? What can you do? All right? And this is something that we can achieve. And when I'm talking about black economic empowerment, I'm talking about all black people from the African diaspora. So don't, because like I said, the stuff that's happening, when the police officers are shooting you down, they don't care. They don't hear your accent. They don't care what your country or birth is. They don't care that. They see black skin. They see that you're an enemy. That's been happening. So, I mean, if you look at the people, we've had, brothers and sisters from over the world who's been victim of white supremacy, in this country. Brothers and sisters from Haiti, brothers and sisters from St. Lucia more recently, brothers and sisters from other islands, brothers from the continent. Remember Amadou Diallo, all right? Brothers and sisters here, of course. So we're all in the same boat, and we need to get on code and get on the same page in terms of this. So these are some things we can do. So if you live in a neighborhood and you see a lot of foreclosed properties, you can do that. I know in Baltimore, because I like Baltimore. Baltimore's a great city. I know people, poo-poo in Baltimore, but you have a lot of inexpensive property. There's no reason why, let's say, brother and sister living in Montgomery County, or Prince George's County, can, go into Baltimore and say, hey, listen, let's buy this block, let's take care of it, right? People do it, other people do it all the time. They see the value of your community. Right, they do. All right, ethnic whites see it, Hispanics see it. All right, Asians see it, Arabs see it, Indians see it. They see the value in your own community, and they bought these properties. Right, we're the only ones who don't see the value in our community. We try to get out of the community, and not invest in it. We always look in somebody else to invest, and then when they do invest, we have gentrification, which is, as someone else said, is a form of ethnic cleansing, and we get pushed out of those communities. So the first step is this: buy our own block. Okay, if there's a foreclosure coming on in the market and what have you, chip in, buy that, because I've seen other people rally. I was selling a house one time, and I've seen. Somebody across the street was interested in the property, and I showed them the house because I was actually for another showing appointment to somebody, and there was some, very nice people, Latino gentlemen. They got on the phone, and my Spanish was kind of weak, but basically they were saying, hey, listen, Jesus, Harvey, hey, whatnot, there's this property, it's dirt cheap, let's pull this money together and let's buy this property, okay? I'm a contractor, right? I know how to do electric, you know how to do plumbing, you the roof guy, you're the carpenter guy, all right? Here's the money guy, all right? Let's do this and let's do it. And they were talking about this, and they actually presented an offer, but unfortunately the offer was already, the seller decided to go with another offer on that property. So these are the things that happen. These are boss moves, and we could do the same thing. It's not hard. You don't have to be a real estate mongol to do it. It's something very, very easy to do, block by block, and you retain it. I know families that used to have own tracts of land, and they sold them off whatever to other people and developers. So there's something that we need to do. So I hope this was inspirational. If I was over the place, sorry about that. This first part is dealing specifically with residential things in your neighborhood. The second portion, we're going to talk about commercial real estate and commercial properties. So I hope this information was helpful. You can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That is dbond011@gmail.com. You can always give me a call, 203-394-8123, 203-394-8123. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk. It's been real. Thank you for tuning in today. It's stay safe, stay dry, and be careful and be safe. Thank you. Have a good day and a good weekend.